first period story. Okay, where to start from? I was 16 years old, from 5 at the time, secondary school. Yeah, I'm one of those late starters. Some people were starting from 1, I was starting from 5. So I've left a lot for that even. This precious morning, I wake up and I'm preparing to go to school. I go to the bathroom and my pants is very, very dirty. Black was the color. I was like, okay, what's going on here? So I took my bath, dressed up for school. I was on my way to school about 5 minutes from home. I felt a warm in my body and I felt like something with liquid was dripping, my thighs going down, and I was so uncomfortable. I decided to go back home to check what it was. I knew I was not peeing, so I went back home to check. And I saw blood. Of course, I was in Form 5. I heard about periods, menstruation, and the rest, but the thing still really freaked me out because that's the first time I saw it, and I had never had a conversation with anybody about it. And even my biology teacher did. He just passed over it. It was never really a topic of discussion. He just jumped on it like that topic was not relevant or would not even come in the exam. So I didn't learn much from him. And I never read about it anywhere. My mom never talked about it. I had 3 elder sisters. They never talked about it. I was living with them in the same room. I never saw any of them patting themselves. I'd never seen a pat till that age or anything. Well, it was a typical village setting. So I went back. When I saw it, I caught my mom's attention in a very, very funny and awkward way. And I showed her. I'm like, yeah, I'm bleeding. And she took me to the room. Said I should show her. I showed her. She left me there without saying a word. Went outside, and the next person who opens the door is my elder sister. She comes in. She opens her bag of clothes, removes this very clean white cloth, well folded, and she gives me. And she says, "Use this to pat yourself." And she left. So I stood there in the room, not knowing what to do, all by myself. How do I wear this thing? I was still wearing my baby girl pants, my small pants. I was not even looking like, how do I put this thing to fit into this thing? And I had to trek at least 1 hour to school and at least 1 hour to come back home. So nobody was asking me, do you have this thing that we call cyclists that women can even wear when they wear a gown or a skirt to feel more comfortable, or a period pants that's more comfortable? So I used to put that thing on my small pants. I was walking to school like one small meme in water like this. This I went to school. It was so uncomfortable. I stayed with that thing for the entire day. I didn't change. I didn't go to break. I was just myself. As I sat on that bench and sat there, I waited for everybody to go back home before I left school. And I walked like that again back home. So I got like blisters in my thighs and wounds and stuff. It was very, very uncomfortable. Nobody asked me if I've changed. Nobody gave me an extra cloth. The next day, nobody asked if I'm still bleeding. I sorted myself out from then onwards. And when I came to the university, I saw my roommate using something white during her period. I was still using my cloth-like things, and I'm like, what's that? And she says it's a pad. I'm like, what's a pad? And then she showed me. And now when I bought mine also and I don't know how to wear it. Oh God, I don't know how to wear it, but I learned from her, and I realized that one was more comfortable and it was safer. Not that the clothes were not safe, but it was just strange for me to be introduced to it like that without any way of using it, any advice or something. And I was using and throwing, so every morning I was struggling to find something. Nobody was giving me money for parts. I was always struggling. And so after university, I went back home. I was having pocket money then. I bought my pad, and I'll tell my mom, I bought the pad. Have you used this pad before? And she shut me up. You don't talk about your periods in public. And I realized that it had been treated as a secret in my house. That's why I never saw my sisters patting themselves. I had never seen a pad. They treated it as a secret because Mama said she would treat it as a secret. But there are a lot of disadvantages that come with parents treating periods as a secret or as a taboo or something not to be talked about. I thank God that I experienced mine at the age of 16. If I was younger, it would have been more traumatizing. At least I was a little grown to handle myself, though not in the safest way. And so at Royalty World, we have come up with a series of books, you know, guides that can help parents. If you're struggling to have the conversation or you don't even know how to pass it across to your child, we have been able to write the My First Period booklet. We have the first and the second edition. The first one for you know, girls who are a little bit grown, like teenagers, and we have this for girls at the very elementary levels. This one is more of a comic edition. You can just buy any of these books and, you know, have your girl child learn so much. And hey, periods are normal. Let's talk about it.